Hello and welcome to another week of Sambo iRacing. We're at Motorsport Arena Oschersleben in the MX5 with the rookie fix setup for another track guide. If you're new to the channel, thanks, welcome. What we do is we do a hot lap and then we go into the cockpit again for a breakdown lap where I slow it all down, showing my braking markers. Then we go to chase cam for those people still watching, and for the people that are really into the driving line, I then show a driving line lap afterwards so you can see why my braking markers compare to the driving line. Any questions, let me know in the comments. Thanks for the support and I'll see you in the cockpit. Okay, here's the first hot lap. Okay, next up is the breakdown lap. Right, so now it's time for the hot lap. So we're over on the right hand side, changing up to fourth gear. And what we're looking for is, as we get to the end of this exit road, we're going to start turning left. And we're going to dab on the brakes to about 35%. And we're going to trail that off. We're in fourth gear still. We drop it down to third gear. We want to cut the corner as much as possible. These are quite bouncy, these sausage curves on the left-hand side, but it's only a small braking zone. We build back up on the gas, and then we immediately, as we straighten the car up, heading for turn 2, we brake really quite hard, the hardest bit of braking on the track, as we go up to about 95%, immediately dropping it down to second gear, trailing it off all the way down to the apex, and now we're just modulating the throttle, just trying to feel the grip on there, get straight back onto 100% as we leave the apex. Exit nice and wide, up to third gear, and now what we're looking for here is our braking marker is going to be halfway along that rumble strip on the right hand side. So we're leaving it in third gear. As we get halfway along, we're going to brake up to about 80%, and now we're going to trail it off down to second gear, feeling for the grip, and again, once we are settled, going up to 100% throttle, exit nice and wide, up to third gear. The turn-in's going to be just here at the fourth cone. I'm going to start turning in. We're going to apex this, still flat out in third gear, and then once we come off the apex, we're going to do a big lift, do a little dab of the brakes just to change the balance, get the weight over the front tyres, and again, just feeling for that grip, back up to 100%, getting the car as far over to the left-hand side as possible. And then just as we go through the apex here, we're going to brake and straighten the car up. So we're braking in a straight line, again, up to nearly 100%, immediately trailing it off in second gear. We're down on the right-hand side, making sure that we're cutting, we're using this curbing, and again, just modulating that throttle until we get to around here. The car's settled down, we're back up at 100% throttle. Exit nice and wide using the full track. Up to third gear, we're going to do this next part absolutely flat, so we're going to try and straighten the car out as much as possible. We're going flat through here. You don't want to cut it any further left because it's not only an X but a slowdown. And then once we get back on the asphalt, to make it round turn 10, we're going to do a little bit of braking up to about 60%, getting off it nice and early. We're staying in third gear. Again, we've just got maintenance throttle on, trying to feel for the grip, and then just as we exit the apex, straight back up to 100% throttle. Car's going to exit nice and wide, try and keep it on the track, don't want to go on the grass there, that is an off track. Up to fourth gear, eventually. And now the next braking marker, so you see the 100 there, and then you've got the big bridge up ahead. It's sort of 3/4 of the way, so just before the bridge, you'll get used to sort of spotting it. You can actually see some tire marks on the road there from people braking. As we get there, I'm going to brake up to about 90%, again very briefly, trailing it off, making sure that we're apexing, cutting the corner, getting back on the gas, and then straightening her up. And immediately a little dab of the brakes up to about 20%, again, just to change that weight balance. And we're already back at 100% throttle, well ahead of the apex here, trying to carry as much speed possible, exiting nice and wide. And now as we come to the tricky last two corners, so the braking marker here is you've got these light stanchions on the right-hand side. As you get there, little dab of the brakes, again, only up to about 35%, immediately coming off. We're holding it in third gear, getting up to full throttle as soon as possible. Exit nice and wide. We really want to make a good last corner, and the next and final braking marker on the track is just before this white line here. So as we get there, we're going to do a quick dab of brakes up to 90%, and then again we're going to trail that off, keeping it in third gear, dropping it down to second at the apex, and then getting on the gas as early as possible. Car's going to exit wide. You may have to do a small correction. Try not to go in the sand. And over and across the line in a 138.837. So, next time we're going to go to chase cam full speed. Okay, now for the chase cam. Okay, final run through coming up with the driving line. Final time with the driving line on. Thanks for watching. I've been Sambo iRacing. See you guys in the week.